So I've gained about 50% more views in the last 28 days than I had before. Today I want to share a look into my analytics because a lot of you have been asking, and I want to show you how things are going, and then I want to break down some strategies that I've been using in growing my channel and how I've used the nursing method to assess, to diagnose, and to treat the problem. I really am excited to share all this with you. It's been an amazing journey, so let's do this. Hey guys, my channel is growing. I am so excited. I cannot believe how things are going. I just started this channel a little over 4 months ago, and right now I'm sitting at about 581 subscribers. Thank you so much for all of you that watch me faithfully, that comment, that like, and that encourage me and support me in this. You guys have been great, and I love you for it. I really do. And I've only done 23 videos. I think that that is phenomenal. That is amazing, because I've seen so many channels, like hundreds of channels, that have done hundreds of videos and they're only sitting at maybe 100 to 200 subscribers. So I know I'm doing something right. I know that what I am doing, I can show you, and then you can implement it and you can grow your channel as well. So if you're new to the channel, my name's Melissa and this is Money from Zero. This is where I give you simple tips and strategies to grow your YouTube channel, or if you've not started a YouTube channel, to help you with little to no investment. Okay, so you want to go over to your YouTube studio and then go into analytics, and it'll bring up your channel analytics, which is the overview for your whole channel. You can see that I have 2,300 views, which is 50% more than what I had the previous 28 days. And then I had 135.5 watch time hours, which is 26% more than the previous 28 days. And then my subscribers is 129% more than the previous 28 days. And I got 110 subscribers over the last month. Now I want to go over to content. In this particular, when we're looking at the content that I produced over the last month, then it shows that it's actually 63% more views that I got in the last 28 days than I did previously. And then my impression rate is 58,500, which is 68% more than the previous month. And my click-through rate is 2.9%. Now I'm not excited about that. And that's over the last month with the 4 videos. Well, actually, I think I made 7 because I just did that challenge with no editing. And then the average view duration is 3.5 minutes. If you look back at my previous video at 5 weeks where I did my analytics, I was around 2.5 minutes on my view duration. So that has improved, and I'm grateful for that. If we go under audience, then you can see that I have 272 returning viewers, which is excellent, because that means that over half of my subscribers are returning to my channel and they're watching the videos, and I'm so grateful for that. Then you can see there's 52% more unique viewers this month than there was last month at 1,500. I'm not 100% sure where all the unique viewers come from. I know some comes from Google search, other channels, and possibly Facebook. Now I want to go down to the videos here. It says growing your audience, and if you go to see more, and then there's so many metrics that you can use within this YouTube studio to help you figure out what is working and what is not. So this shows top performing videos as well as bottom performing videos. And what I really want to do is I want to add in here the impression click-through rate. And so you can see what each video's performance is. So this video here is my top performing thumbnail and title, and I produced this video on September the 8th, and it's at 5.3%. And this thumbnail actually, I thought was probably one of my worst thumbnails, and it's really, I think the title had a lot to do with it. And we'll talk about the packaging of that, a little bit later. And then this one is one that I did, and it's 4.7%. And this thumbnail, the title, from some of the feedback that I got, is really what caused people to click onto it. And then trending titles is another way that you can use to gain views as well. And then we'll talk about my live video that I did in just a minute. These are my bottom performing videos, and you can see that my impression click-through rate, they're lower. So, and I spent more time, honest to goodness, on these thumbnails than I did all these others at the top. So I don't know, again, if it may be the title as well as the thumbnail. I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to be working on that. All right, so I want to come back over to channel analytics again because this was just over the last 28 days, and I want to show you where I've come from since I started. And this will go back, we'll just say the last 365 days. You can actually customize this if you wanted to, and then you can go You can select weeks, you can select months. It's really nice. But so this is the whole channel here from the time I started till now. And I'm at 14,900 views, 719 watch time hours. And you know you got to have 4,000 in a 365-day period in order to get your channel monetized, along with 1,000 subscribers. So I'm at the 580 subscriber mark. Real time says 581, but my watch time hours is where I'm really struggling a bit, and we're going to work on that. And I know that that's going to have a lot to do with my click-through rate and my titles. So if I can get my click-through rate up with my titles and my thumbnails, I feel like that my watch time hours is going to grow as well. We're going to talk about ways to do that here in just a few minutes. Now I want to go into the content real quick, and I'm just going to pick out this video here because it did perform well. I did it on October the 12th, and it shows that I have 445 more views than I usually do. I've gotten 37 watch time hours and 26 subscribers from this since October the 12th. So it's been a really good video for me. So I feel like this video is going to perform well even in the future because it's actually ranking in search. And if you're not familiar with what ranking in search is, then we're going to go over that too in just a few minutes. When I go over to reach on this particular video, this little funnel here is pretty interesting. It says that 95.6% from YouTube recommending my content. The views that came from impressions here were 578. So that was from recommendations, and I'm excited about that. My average view duration on this particular video is 3 minutes and 6 seconds, which is 20 seconds less than what I normally do, which is kind of interesting, being that I've gotten pretty good watch time hours out of this video so far, and it's been clicked on pretty well. And the last video that I wanted to talk to you about was my live video that I did, where I actually had never done a live before. This was my very first live, and so I wanted to go into the analytics because some people were wanting to know how this went. The reason I did this was because I had done some research, and it says that live videos can actually increase your watch time hours, which I desperately am working on increasing as quick as I am with my subscribers. And so I did this, and I didn't get quite the response that I was hoping for as far as the views even after it was produced, after I went live, because you can still get views on it and the watch time hours. But I did gain 4 valuable subscribers, so I'm grateful for that. And the reach on this didn't go very far. It was 2,200 impressions. My click-through rate was average 3.5%, which to me, if it's above 3%, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't like the 2% range. And then engagement was, again, I was average view duration here now was 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So what I have found is that when people are engaged on your live, the view duration is actually longer. So the more lives that you do, that's how you're increasing your watch time hours. Okay, so that wraps up the analytics. Now we're going to get into some of the strategies that I used in order to grow this channel like I did over the last month. So after performing my analytics, which is my assessment, I went into my diagnosis of the problem, and I diagnosed having 4 problems. And the first one was needing to improve my engagement. The second was improving my click-through rate, and the third was increasing my ranking on search. And the fourth problem I realized was that I needed tools. I needed tools to work with that I didn't have to invest a lot of money into, that would be a free version that was worth using the free version, because there's a lot of things that are not real helpful. So here's the plan. I came up with 4 strategies. So the first strategy was increasing my engagement. And to increase my engagement, I realized that I needed to expand outside of my channel. I needed to engage more than just commenting on my videos. I needed to go out and search for videos or channels that I found interesting, channels that were in my niche, channels that were bigger than my channel, where I could actually go on and I could, watch the videos and interact with the thread of comments that were going on to see what people were looking for, and putting my voice out there so that people would say, hey, I wonder what her channel is about. So your channel name can actually spark curiosity to people who see you comment on other channels, and I have gained viewers that way. This is just something that I want to throw in as a little bit extra. Make sure that you don't go onto somebody's channel and you just comment and like, and you don't watch the video. That doesn't really help. And then the second thing, make sure that if you watch past the first 30 seconds, then it counts. counts it as a view, and if you click off, then that's not really helpful to the person's channel. So try to watch at least halfway through to more than halfway through, and that will be a lot more helpful to that person. And don't subscribe to somebody's channel if you don't feel led to do that. Really don't do a sub for sub. That's not, they're against that on YouTube, and you can get in trouble for that. But the second thing on that is, make sure that it's something that you really like, that you feel like you're getting valuable information from, and that you enjoy. It's okay to be choosy with who you subscribe to. The second way you can increase your engagement is to go outside of YouTube and go onto different social media such as Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, or maybe even TikTok. And then the last way is make sure that when somebody comments onto your channel that you comment back. Don't just heart it or like it. Make sure that you respond to them, and be genuine as well on that, because people want to know that they're interacting with another person. You don't want to set up a robotic response to your viewers. You really want to interact with your viewers. So that can hurt your channel if you do. And so I just want to encourage you to respond to every person that comments on your videos. My second strategy is increasing my click-through rate. How do we do that? If nobody clicks on your video, then you're not going to get views. You're not going to get subscribers. You're not going to grow. So you have to think of it as a package. So the package, the actual content is your package, your video. And then the wrapping paper, I would call that your title. And the thumbnail would be the little bow on top. So they're all important, but the title to me is the most important in packaging your content. So there are several key things that you need to know about the title. The first thing is it should not be more than 60 to 70 characters. The second thing is it needs keywords, because keywords are searchable, and that's what's going to get your content discovered. And then the last thing is trending titles will help you a lot in growing your views. You don't want to use trending titles all the time, but it is something that is a key player in actually gaining views. Then the next part of the package would be the thumbnail, which is that little bow on the top. And that actually, it really just needs to be simple. I have found the more effort I've put into thumbnails, the less valuable it seemed to be. So the more simple the thumbnail is better. Using your face on the thumbnail is very helpful because a lot of people relate to humans. The last thing would be the text or the font that's on your thumbnails. If you want to try to create a brand, then you want to keep the same colors every time. And using bright colors will help. Making sure that the text is readable, because a lot of people view YouTube videos on their phone. You want to make sure that they can read and see your thumbnail and that it's not too cluttered. My third strategy is increasing my ranking on search, and I've done that through keywords in my titles and my description and using tags. Now, there's a dispute that tags don't work and that it's not for ranking and all this. I'm telling you, it has helped me. I've gone back and added tags that are more related and that I can try to rank and search through using vidIQ. It has helped my videos to gain more views. I'm just telling you, this is what I am doing, and so I want you to succeed. I want you to do better. So if this will help you, try it. It's not going to hurt. And then in your tags, you also want to use other keywords that are related to your content. You have up to 500 characters, and you can use up to 500 if you want. I generally use around 470 to 480 characters in my tags. I use it, it's there, and it says that if you use the right tags, you can rank and search, and I promise you it has helped me tremendously. I went over that in my tags and hashtag video if you want to check that out. And the one thing that I can say that has helped me to rank has been to use my title in my description in the very first sentence, and also to use it as my very first tag. The keywords I use in my title, I use also in my first 200 characters of my description. And then I'll also use in my tags, I'll use keywords that are relevant to the content that I created, and I'll put that in my tags as well. And these keywords, again, are those words that are searchable that people are looking for the type of content that you're creating. I can't dismiss that your content has to be valuable as well in order to get those views and get that growth on your channel. But I'm just telling you, these are some components and part of this pie that we put together that helps to get you out there. The fourth strategy that I've used is tools. I found 2 tools that are free, that are excellent, that have helped me with keywords and titles and tags, all of that. And the first one's vidIQ. vidIQ is so great. If you don't have it, you can download the extension, the Chrome extension, into your toolbar at the top. And anytime you go onto YouTube and you pull up a video, it actually does a small little analysis. It tells you how many views they've gotten in the last month or the last year. It shows their tags that they use. And so it's very helpful. It also shows you like trending topics, trending ideas. It gives you free title suggestions, so many every so many days. And it also gives you tag suggestions that are free, and so many of those. And all of that is so extremely helpful, and it has helped me tremendously. And then the second thing is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is really a great tool. They're both AI tools. I was a little freaked out about it in the very beginning, I just have to say, because if you're a Christian, you know what AI is eventually going to be about towards the end times. And we are in the end times, and that's another video, but I know that AI can be used for good. And so in this case, it really is helpful. And so you can actually put in a content idea that you have, and you can ask ChatGPT to give you maybe 3 points on this and help you to put an outline together, help you put topics together. You can ask it to help you with keywords, to optimize your title, to optimize your description. You can do a lot of things with ChatGPT, and it's free as well. This week's Small Channel Spotlight goes to Johnson Family Cookbook. Taya is the creator of this channel, and she has put together a lot of recipes from her family that she has gathered over the years.
We're going to be making another great recipe from Grandma's repertoire, and that is carrot cake.
It is great. You need to check it out, and if you will, watch one of her videos, like and comment, and if you feel led to, you can subscribe as well. Thank you so much for joining me and watching this video. I hope that you found something that was very useful. If you did, please leave me a comment down below if you like this type of content. And I pray that you're blessed and well, and that you have a great week, and we'll see you in the next video. It was not for, how do you say that? It wasn't for anything. It wasn't for nothing. Anyway.